Hey, we're streaming live on YouTube, and we're gonna have a bunch of people coming in. Andrea, I'm gonna make you Katie's co-host. Andrea, I'll make you co-host too. Will you please remove note takers? And then I'm just gonna admit everybody. We've got 20 people, but 2 are note takers in right now. Ooh. Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the AI Smart Insiders Mastermind. And we are going to talk about a really cool tech stack, and how some people are using it for their all-in-one sales pipeline. And first, a little bit of AI in the news. This week, there is new research that shows that AI can boost individual creativity. And it might come as a bit of a cost to originality, but by having AI assist writers in ideas, it can inspire more creativity, more ideas. And then there is some theory that the stories are going to be less diverse overall. So it said it could be good for the individual and kind of bland for the group. I think we're going to see what happens as the AI ideas permeate society a bit more. Marikar linked to the newsletter in the chat if you want to check it out. We're going over the news from the newsletter, and AI is shaking up the construction industry using hard hats to help flag safety issues and autofill paperwork, process complex changes, and building this into some high-tech hard hats, which is kind of cool. We've been asked about construction-related AI, and now we've got a little bit more information to share with construction companies. And as with any AI, it is going to cost some money for these upgrades. Whether it's what you're learning and implementing in your companies, it's not free. It costs a lot to be able to process the information. Right now, the computing power is a big part of the cost, and the hardware. And so we will see these become, more affordable. But when we look at things like the Oculus and how the price point is for that, I mean, you can imagine these hard hats are going to cost, I don't know what they're going to cost right now, but they are definitely going to, they're going to be an investment for companies. Andrea, do you have any favorite AI news, or Katie, this week?
Well, I thought the hard hat thing was kind of interesting, especially because we had just been talking about the construction area, right, Heather?
Yeah.
So that was like kind of interesting timing. It seems to be popping up in areas that maybe people thought it wouldn't touch, or maybe wouldn't touch for a longer period of time. So it's always interesting every week to see where it hits next. So
Yeah, and Amazon released a new AI. They rolled out Rufus, which is their AI-powered shopping assistant, just in time for Prime Day. So happy Prime Day. Go shop your sales if you have not. How many people here have done their Prime Day shopping?
Yeah, I need a second job or Prime Days to end quickly.
Yeah, I was putting things in my cart, taking them out, putting them in, taking them out.
Did you see they're so smart. They even let you go into your past orders and tell you what items are on Prime Days. Don't do it. You'll end up buying more.
No, that's what I went and did first because I'm like, if I buy this stuff all the time, and I
Yeah,
know,
that's what I did too.
and it has to be before Black Friday because you know there's going to be deals on Black Friday too.
Hmm.
So the likelihood of it being on sale for Black Friday, it's like, what do I need in the next 3 months, or what's like a big purchase I've been considering? I have my criteria for those.
I didn't think about that. Now I gotta go shopping later. I wasn't even
Oh,
thinking about like necessity.
you better do it today because it's over at midnight.
Oh, but what I did find out is I had something in my cart and then I took it out and then I put it back in and then it had a savings. I
Mm.
put it in the day before Prime and then I took it
Oh,
out and put it back. I took it out looking for it and there was a savings. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like in the cart, it wasn't savings. I was like, that AI didn't work.
yeah, it is. It's just pretty fun. Um, yeah, we were sharing some of the things that we on our last Zoom, we started sharing what we were getting for Prime Day. From face masks to some AR glasses. Oh, and another fishy story. This one is about sperm whales, saying that this project, utilizing AI, the scientists have been able to identify 156 distinct click patterns that the whales use to communicate. And before they had only identified 21. And so AI is able to get more nuanced and, soon we'll be able to communicate with whales. Like they've been working on this with dogs, they've been working on it with other animals, and the AI is able to pick up things that human ears can't. So it's pretty cool. I think it's going to change our communication with animals even. And I love that my child wants to be a wildlife veterinarian surgeon. So, I can get my kid interested in AI now. And we've got a fun visual vault, which in the link in the chat, you'll be able to see what has happened, like what the little experiment was this week with HeyGen and their UGC videos, which is user generated content, and people make ads with it. We've got some examples on there, and Mackenzie was nice enough to share one of her training videos that she did with HeyGen that is also linked. And the 3 tools that we feature are in here. One of the things that's unique about our newsletter, we don't show you 20 new tools every week. We show you 3, and they might be repeats, but they're the ones that we really like to use, the ones that we find consistent for the most part and really practical for the day-to-day use. And we do get newsletters where they feature 20 tools and we'll try different ones out. And if there's anything that bubbles up to the top is worth it, we'll put it in our newsletter, but we try to keep it pretty simple so you're not overwhelmed with, 20 new things every week to choose from, because AI is pretty busy. Danny asked, how do we sign up for the newsletter? If you go to AI Smart Marketing and go into the footer, there's a link and you can sign up for the newsletter there. And if you're in this Zoom, presumably you have signed up for the mastermind and now you would be on our list to get the newsletter. So you may have just gotten a link and gotten in here a different way. But if you did sign up, then you should be getting the newsletter. We have 43 people on today, which is a good number, and more people keep coming in. Today we're going to talk about something that we have been trying to do for a while. We've been using different AI tools that promise to help with biz dev or sales, web scraping, and they're always just one part of the sales process. And Kirk introduced me to Kevin and Brian, and they have built a system that pulls together, that uses AI, and it's inside of a CRM tool that we've been using for years. It's in Go High Level. And you're able to combine the experience of posting, getting new leads from socials, going out there and scraping a bit, and nurture your leads and convert your leads all in an automated system inside of your CRM. And theirs is the most sophisticated system that's put together. In a lot of the AI conversations I've been part of, people will say, oh, you need to zap this here. I use Make for this, and they have a stack. Well, these guys have built a stack all into one easy to use platform. And like I said, it's built on the CRM that we've been using for 3.5, 4 years now. And so we were super excited when we saw what they were up to. So I'm going to turn it over. Kevin's going to give us a little demo of some of these features, but if you have questions, like Kurt, Kevin, and Brian are all well versed in this, and they are our guests today. And you configure it into other CRMs such as HubSpot or customer.io. I would say don't pay the money to use those tools and come over. Yeah, there's like no. Yeah, so we can talk about that later. We'll answer questions. They're going to show you some of the cool shiny object items that it can do. And then we'll have some Q&A at the end. So please do post your questions on the side and we'll bring those up at the end. Kevin, it'll be over to you.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Can you guys hear me and see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I want to introduce myself, and I also want to introduce Brian, and we are basically running this system called OS. So before I start, I just want to know how many people in here are business owners, like agencies and traditional business owners, who are running sales and doing sales calls. If we can just get a 1 in the chat. Awesome. This is going to be specifically for you guys, because what I'm about to show you today is how you can integrate these AI tools to basically cover the entire appointment setting, lead generation, sales process, how you're going to be able to save over $2,500 a month if you're spending on so many different tools like Calendly, Wix, HubSpot, Salesforce. Replace them all into one tech stack, right? Automate your whole appointment setting and sales process, replace a lot of VAs, a lot of sales teams, and really integrate AI in a way that no one quite has been able to do so in the market up until thus far, with an all-in-one AI-powered solution. So if that sounds good, let's get started. Okay, so what you're going to walk away with today is literally showing you what buttons to click to basically send our lead generation campaign. I'm going to show you all of that. I'm going to show you all of the tools that we use to get more leads, and our AI-powered operating system that's backed by thousands of results that works for you 24/7, 365. All right. So essentially, the 3 ways that we can generate leads with this is what you're seeing on the screen here is any of these platforms that you see up here. The AI is able to go out and engage and speak with anybody on these platforms, either outreaching them, responding, replying to them, getting their name, phone, email, starting a campaign, calling them, qualifying them. We've had over 3,000 conversations with AI. We've been sending it to thousands of people around New York and Chicago area, and then sending them to your checkout page. Something that typically has been done by VAs, app setters, hiring huge, massive amounts of teams and operations to get done is now being done by an AI, extremely streamlined, extremely sophisticated. Another way is simply, if you're running a funnel, running all of those into your sales page, qualifying them with the AI where it calls them, qualifies them. There's over 300 automations that this thing can do. Getting them to the sales video, calendar page, and checkout page. And even if you're running ads, you can run them directly into this. It's able to automate that entire process. So before I get into it, I want to quickly demo you what this AI looks like. So we have 2 different versions over here. This is what it looks like on SMS, and this is what it looks like on Facebook Messenger. I'm going to play the SMS. Let me know what it sounds like. Are you guys able to see the text okay?
Yeah, we can see it, and I don't hear anything if there is anything sound in there.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
So you can see what it essentially did over here is without even having a calendar book link, it's already all connected into our CRM. It's able to go and book an appointment with them, answer the questions. This is for a fitness program that's just done through text message, is able to do the same job as an appointment setter and send out thousands of these all at the same time, right? It also is able to do this inside of Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger. So it is a really seamless process. This is for a life insurance. This is over for fitness. We work in about 20 different niches. It is really well versed. It had over 10,000 conversations thus far. This is the AI chat conversations.
Can
Now,
I-
the AI
Can I
voice.
just, sorry, can I just say something real quick on the chat one? We had a client get the bot and the booking bot, and they were able to book an extra $50,000 in their first month using it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also book 237 appointments as well. And Kevin, when you show that voice, we can show some of like some other things that go along with the win stack as well. Hey guys, super cool to be here. Go ahead, Kev.
And I'm going to show you some examples of it. This is done over 3,000 conversations so far across 20 different niches. This is an example of it for insurance.
You got to show your screen.
This is Carol from Wayne.
Okay, I have to share my full screen here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Let me,
It's on, it's working.
okay. Are you guys able to hear the audio?
How is your day going so far?
It's just getting started. Is this about life insurance policy?
Yes, I'm calling about your life insurance policy. It seems like your policy never got issued. Do you remember that?
Right. I do, but I already got another one.
I understand that you already got another life insurance policy, but I'm calling because your case has been upgraded to our VIP service. My job is to help you get the protection you were looking for. Can I just ask you a quick question?
Okay.
I'm curious, what made you consider for your life insurance needs?
I was shopping policies.
Can I ask why you didn't finish the application online?
Because I had looked at a different policy and I went with it.
I understand. So you found a different policy that you decided to go with instead. That's
Yes.
totally fine.
Absolutely.
Can I
He's
ask
asking
what
if
were
we
some
change
of
the
the
voice to an
biggest
Australian
problems or
accent,
constraints
asking
you
for
were
a friend?
facing with your life
We can
insurance?
absolutely change it to any different type of accent, any different type of voice that you want. Here's another demo on solar. This is a British accent.
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
Hey there. It's Alexander calling to let you know that we are working in your area now to lower electric bills by taking advantage of our no out-of-pocket expense solar promotion. Have you seen us at your neighbor's home?
No, I have not.
No worries, Nick. Well, I wanted to set you up with a time to see how much we can save you with solar. We have a promotion ending this month, so I want to get you set up with a time to talk with a specialist quickly. Do you have time tomorrow?
No, I don't. I can't do tomorrow. No.
Can I just ask you a quick question before we continue? It'll only take a moment. Is there any specific day or time that works better for you? We have some availability on Friday as well.
Yeah, Friday works better.
Awesome, Nick. It looks like we have a few available time slots on Friday. We have one at 10:30 a.m. EST and another at 12:30 p.m. EST. Which one works best for you?
Yeah, during lunch, probably 12:30.
Got it, Nick. I'll lock in the 12:30 p.m. EST time slot for you. I'm really excited to hear how much we can save you. I will follow up after your talk on Friday, okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Great.
You still here?
Sorry about that. I'm still here. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Awesome. So this is an example of the voice AI. We've done over 3,000 conversations with it. It is a custom LLM, so it's not ChatGPT. It's actually based out of a company in Berlin. It's already funded in about 18 million. So this is something that's still in beta testing. We are probably one of the only companies that are currently able to run this right now. And it is able to pretty much handle any type of question. It creates an institutional knowledge base on your company and is able to navigate the entire conversation. So a quick example of what we've been able to do with it. We've even been able to work with the dentist, booked about 237 appointments. It was a franchise across New York. And essentially that's closing deals anywhere between $300 to about $30,000. It's been adding over $1 million in pipeline revenue in just under 3 weeks. It is able to handle a large variety of conversations and steer them directly to booking a call seamlessly, all in one CRM without even sending a calendar link, right? It's also able to qualify customers, make sure that they're financially qualified. The whole point is that it's able to, the whole point is that it's able to improve your show rate, it's able to improve the quality of leads and improve the close rate, right? It's able to shorten your sales cycle. It's able to segment, tag, build lists correctly, and automate dozens and dozens of touch points. And I'm going to pass it off to Brian to go over some of the case studies and introduce a little bit about himself.
Yeah, that was really great, Kev. Super cool. I will, I just asked, who was it? I think it was Don as well. If you want to just expand a bit on the B2B or B2G case studies. And so, yeah, we have done this as well in the construction niche and, a bunch of different niches. Kevin's already kind of covered a bunch of, the fact that we're in 20 different niches and pretty much just sticking to the AI bot and the AI voice. I won't even share any slides. It's, yeah, we've had about 3,000 calls, done and made improvements based off of it. And we've done everything from having it ask qualifying questions to taking and sending links to book appointments or send credit card checkout information, over the phone as well. When Kevin gets into the automation, when a new lead comes in, whether you're reactivating it or they're coming from your social channels or from an ad or from some of the ways that we show you how to scrape leads, it's really my favorite part about it is the follow-up. And so, we have the automation set up so that it waits, sometimes you can call 2 times a day, morning and evening, Monday through Friday as well. And so, yeah, it's pretty much something that we can kind of get into when you go through some of the automations, Kev, on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Should I continue sharing?
Yeah, you can go to the automations, right? We'll pretty much just not focus on the whole staircase. We'll focus on the next step here so we can stay, super structured. And I'll even answer some of these questions in the chat as you go. All right.
That's good. So, a really good question is essentially this is able to automate your entire sales process. The big question is do you want to make less money this year than you made last year? Do you want less effective? Do you want leads to be more or less effective? And if the answer is no, and that you do want to make a lot more money with a lot less time involved in this, then we are going to run through basically the 3 or 4 ways that we're able to generate a lot of money with this. And I'm going to basically go through the automations in here. So if you're able to basically see this, let's run through what the AI looks like inside of the new leads workflow and how this integrates with GHL. So I think that's a main question that everybody wants to know, right? Are you able to see my new leads workflow?
Not yet. It's loading. There we go.
Awesome. Okay. So this is a beast of a workflow. Basically, inside of our GHL, we have just about every single different type of funnel all built up and ready. And we also have the AI activating on whether somebody makes a Facebook post and let's say they comment specific words like AI, start, case study, demo, whatever it is, you're able to trigger that. If they DM you these words as well, you can configure this exactly how you want it. But essentially, the AI is able to start engaging. It will basically update the contact field, start an opportunity. And what it will do is essentially inside of those DMs, it will reply to them. It'll send them whatever valuable information you need to send them, have a conversation, but its main purpose is to extract their name, their phone number, and their email, right? And then it'll send them over into this automation.
Hey, Kevin, I'm sorry. Can you zoom in a little bit? Yeah, thank you so much. Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, perfect. And basically what's going to happen is it's on day one, it's going to send them out an email, an SMS, a message on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. It's going to send them a message on WhatsApp, and it's going to update your conversion API if you're using Facebook ads or anything. But essentially what it's going to do is also call them. And it's going to do that each day for 5 days. So if they don't pick up the call on the first day, it's going to be able to run this entire automation again, wait 22 hours, email them, text message them on the platform that they interacted with, WhatsApp, and call them again. And it's going to do that for 5 days, right? This is just like any VA or any agency for sales or lead generation. This replaces all of that. So you don't need to hire an entire team to do this. This is just like any agency worth their salt. Once you send them an opt-in, you're going to want to reach out to that client within the first 5 minutes, right? Of that follow-up. That is a statistic that Forbes has basically mentioned. If you're able to reach out in the first 5 minutes, you have 1,000% chance of getting that sale. Every 30 minutes you wait, that decreases dramatically, right? And people today, they want that instant gratification. They're used to Amazon sending their packages within a 24-hour delivery, right? So they want their questions answered, and they want to get the stuff, and they want to basically be reached out and, confirm that this is for them, right? This is able to basically do that within those first 5 minutes at scale, right? So it's able to basically send out emails, text messages, messages on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and call them, qualify them for about 5 days, and then just send them emails and text messages for the next 6 days for a total of 11 days. This is our lead generation flow, right? And all the emails and text messages and everything is pre-built and ready to go, right? But let's say, what if you have a lead list of anywhere between 50 to maybe 2,000, 5,000 leads that you've already had on a list, and you just need to reactivate them? We run reactivation campaigns as well. This is the easiest and fastest way to make money with the AI, because you simply plug that list in, and it'll essentially go through that entire outbound reactivation campaign, similar to what I showed you, and it's going to be able to call them, text message them, and reactivate them and get them into your offer. Now, what if you want to contact new leads? We're able to definitely drive more than enough leads to basically qualify them, convert them into sales calls using a lot of partner integrations like Instantly, Play, Phantom Buster, igleads.io. Do you guys use any of these, by the way? I'm assuming some do. We can dive into that, but we're able to basically integrate with this, scrape leads, send those into these campaigns, and basically convert those leads for so many different niches, right? The messages that we want the AI to send: short, simple, no-oriented questions like, are you against having us deliver this result for you? Examples of that would look like, hey, I bet your schedule is packed and jumping into new tech isn't high on your priority list right now. Is it a bad time to send over a short video that explains what we do? The AI is able to make it seamless and make it as a human-like interaction as possible. So many people, when they're doing outbound messaging, they don't even follow that. So we're able to basically train the AI to mimic humans as closely as possible. About 94% of users that engage with their AI, basically on a survey after, they don't even know that they're talking to an AI, right? Another way is comments, channels, DM channels, basically automations for that. So social proof, basically social posts that you're going to be sending out, proof of the process, knowing your questions with a clear CTA. If you just have a post and you say comment start, and we'll start reaching out to you and we'll send you over the asset. Anybody who comments on that post, the AI is able to reach out to them, saves you a lot of time. An example of some of the no-oriented questions and the stories and posts that work is just like that, right? Now, the important thing is I want to go into, well, what happens when one of these people do book a sales call with you, right? And so we have our automations for this. We can set up an entire funnel in about 20 minutes. This basically just changes the game and makes everything happen so fast. Because now when they do opt in, it's going to send them out a message on Instagram, Messenger, through text message, and email, and it's going to do the call confirmations. It's going to send them an email and text message 24 hours before, an hour before, 10 minutes before. All of these are pre-written by seven-figure copywriters, some of the best in the game. We have about 200 emails and text messages already written out. You just need to go in and just tailor it, and it's pretty much done, right? And the big question is, well, what happens if they show up on a sales call and they don't close and you need to follow up with them? We take care of all of that automation for you. So let me just zoom in over here. If they don't show up on that sales call, or if they cancel the sales call, or if they show up and you require a second one, we are able to seamlessly follow up with these people, notify your team on Slack, and send them out 3 days of emails and text messages to basically follow up with them and make sure that they come on to a second sales call. All the links to basically rebook that call are in there. It's simply just tailoring the message, and it gets sent out to them automatically. So we're able to basically handle that whole seamless operation over there. Perfect. So new leads, we're able to run instant formats. We're able to send out free assets. We're able to have a lot of conversations basically done with that. We went over this AI over here, and then we're also able to nurture people. This is all in one into one package system that you're able to basically set this up really, really quickly. I'm going to pass it off to Brian for a quick bit. I'm sure that he has some stuff to share here.
I think
Kevin, that's actually, oh, sorry, Nicole.
Hey, sorry. I just want to say we have so many questions in the chat right now.
They're great.
If we could answer a couple,
Yeah.
that would be great, because I've been watching the chats and a lot of them have been answered thus far. But one of the big ones is, do I have to get off of my current CRM to use this one? Can you put it in HubSpot? And I think I know what your answer is going to be, but I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I can take that. Like HubSpot is something that we don't integrate with. This is like an all-in-one solution. And if you're on HubSpot, we do done for you transfers, and it's included as well. We've transferred 96,000 contacts off of HubSpot, email templates, and automations. And so like that's included in an import and setup. And so there, yeah, there's no way we can integrate with HubSpot. This is HubSpot on steroids, or high level on steroids. And so that's a great question. Anything else, Nicole?
It says we're evaluating HubSpot. Does this also handle ongoing account management? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. As in like, yeah, your clients. And so, you know, I've done about just over 500 clients in the last 3 years, and run the systems in the back end of that. And this is like based off of the constant feedback loops and 10,000 hours of refinement, so that, yeah, when someone does check out, yeah, they get access to all of this stuff, and you're able to manage them really clear, and, you know, stay in communication with them. Nothing goes into black holes. And so, yes, that's great. I love this, Nicole. You want to keep going
Okay,
back and
so there
forth.
were a few questions about what happens. So who writes the copy? What happens if it goes off the rails? What if the conversation, like the AI is not trained on that particular question? You know, that people, I think, don't want to look stupid in front of their clients. So what happens in those kind of off script scenarios?
Yeah, there's two, and Kev, you could probably loop in with this. It's like, with the AI voice, you'll see all of the recordings that'll go into the contact. Like you'll be able to see the live call recordings. You'll also see that you're able to just like update it and have it not go into saying particular things about your business. I mean, that's what it learns about the knowledge base. So it takes everything about your website, about your business, and then you can have it ask qualifying questions if you need to be able to qualify that lead better. And then there's fallbacks for anything, you know. So if it starts to go off the rails or whatever, it can go into a fallback. It can be tagged. It will stop. It'll shut off. And that's kind of the same with the AI bot, what Kevin has on his screen, you know. And so scraping it, and you can update and test the conversations right there in real time on your own. So like if you say, you don't want to say this particular thing about your business, you can update it right there.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have to update in there is times and dates of classes and webinars, things like that. And so we make sure we go, because we've been using this bot for, I don't know, getting close to a year, for the chat bot. And what AI is really good at is taking unstructured data, so all the information on your website and in your documents, and structuring it. This is really, really good at structuring it into a really good Q&A. And we just have to, for us, like we have to make sure that if anything changes about our business, we go in and update that information in there. But it's been really good at answering questions. And sometimes a bot will start talking to a bot on some social network. So we have to govern the amount of times that it would have a back and forth conversation. So there's a little bit of, some of those things that come into play. And you can say, only 10 messages back and forth or different things like that to put those guardrails on. But it's really good at taking mass amounts of unstructured data and making it really usable.
Absolutely. It is, that is one of the main things that we want to focus on, is being able to basically categorize and pretty much structure out that data that comes in from your sales calls, that comes in from your contacts, that comes in from your ICP, create an avatar from there, basically aggregate that data to these AIs, so it's able to have a unified conversation from the chatbot, from, let's say, connecting them with Instagram or Facebook or wherever they find you at, all the way down to the emails, to the SMS, to the sales call, having that same context and understanding of that customer follow through from point A to point Z, right, without missing that. And that basically allows us to basically connect a bunch of tools together to, facilitate that. But where a lot of AIs kind of fall short is they're not able to kind of pass the torch and carry that conversation forward, right? So it's like you'd have kind of fractured out different AI things, right? Especially when you see something with ChatGPT, and that's where you get a lot of hallucinations, right? And that's where customers tend to get lost. But with us over here, we're able to have that conversation just carried forward. And then that way it's still seamless and it still makes sense to the customer. The same thing that they were talking to on Instagram or Facebook is the same thing that they're talking to, that understands the pain points and what they're looking to get on the sales call. That's also what they're getting in the emails and the follow-ups. So pretty much it's a all-in-one system. Yeah. Some other stuff that I'd like to cover is basically we're able to replace just about everything that you see on the screen right here. So Vimeo, Kajabi, Wistia, ClickFunnels, WordPress, Asana, Wix, your video hosting, everything like that. We're able to basically bring it onto the system and replace all of that. So you're saving about, $2,500 a month, I would say, in software costs for the average business owner, what they're spending.
Kev, I'll just pause you there for a minute just to hit some of these questions as well on the chat, and the difference between this GHL booking bot. I think, Nicole, you answered that great. This is the booking bot that we've been using. And the difference is, like, we've already put in 10,000 conversations. It's something that we cover as an expense inside of OS. So it's an additional add-on. We cover about $5,000 a month in add-ons on OS. And the platinum tier that we have at $497 a month includes all of this, including the AI voice and all of these automations that you're seeing on our screen. And so,
hey, Brian,
hey, Heather,
can I ask a question? I'm an agency owner at Go High Level, and I guess the question, my question is, how is this different than actually the Go High Level that's booking bots inside of it? So it's not clear, like, you guys are it's not clear to me how you guys are describing. You guys got really fast. What actually the pieces you guys are adding to it? Because you can train the current booking bot LLM, you can train all that, you can add the knowledge base. So I'm trying to figure out the differentiation gap, what you get with the difference between you guys and that. I'm sure it's different, but I'm not clear on what that is.
That's great. And we'll slow it down and not go as fast and get that answered. Thank you. And Kirk, are you coming off mute to talk about that? Or
Yeah. So basically we have a few different systems that we use. We have the AI booking bot on GHL itself, but we also have a more extensive built out bot that we utilize, also using other platforms, using APIs with Zapier and ChatGPT. So these bots that we can employ are actually more humanized, and they're able to handle objection, respond to emotion, humor, whatever it is that you have. The person that's on the other end is feeling. We're able to actually have the bot trained to be able to speak on your behalf in a professional way, keep it lighthearted, make them feel comfortable to book those.
And I'm
calls in.
gonna tag off that too, Kirk, for you, Heather. Tyler, can you give me an example of how you're using your bot right now?
Yeah, so thanks, Kirk. I appreciate it. I mean, I get that you guys are training for that, but what I'm trying to understand is right now we're using for the booking bot with our LLM, right? And Go Ahead Level Agency to we tried two different things. One, we tried to move it to a scheduled call. One of the challenges we had with that is the person would ask a question and all of a sudden the booking bot would just stop. So that was an issue. And then we started training it on the knowledge of the program. And I mean, we're looking for this, but I think I'm just kind of curious, given that I'm an agency owner for 4 years, like I get it. Are you guys just adding different pieces and just pulling off?
So it's in all transparency, it's a plugin, right? And when we get the plugin, right, it turns it's not the GHL conversations because we've run into the same problems. And so they're just not there yet. And so they're still doing they're just still doing the skateboard method like they love to do. And I love that and I'm for it. And you know, what you'll see with either the GHL bot or even any type of plugin is that it comes with a dozen automations that are then overwhelming. And so we pulled this all into one. And so it's one automation that, you know, you have your new leads, they come in, it chats, it sends the scheduling link, it checks to see if they've scheduled a call. And the tags are set up so that, you know, let's say that they've already achieved the objective that you wanted them to, you know, take with you. Let's say it's scheduled a call. It won't further follow up with them or have another conversation with them if you don't want it to. Or it can go to just a general customer service style Q&A. Workflow. And there's only two. I mean, at one point with OS, I think I had 50 automations. And so it's now down to two because it's just based off of like our feedback that we've just been, real life testing kind of like
that doesn't make sense. We're going really fast and I just was trying to get to the point of, so this is a plugin inside the agency of Go High Level. Anybody who has a Go High Level account, then this is y'all's workflow. I got it. Okay. I think that makes sense, everyone here. So.
Yeah. And then I think something that differentiates it is the tech support. It's US based because you're always going to run into there's always a level of chaos in business, you know, and that's like where you can submit a request, like a Loom video or a question like, hey, you know, I'd like for it to do X, Y, Z. And that's where we can get back to you on that. And so I love your questions, Heather. That's great. We'll slow it down a bit and stay grounded with you guys. So cool. What is our next question here that we want to address? So there's no third-party automation platform such as Zapier or Make. We don't integrate with that. It's all in one. From John. Nicole, if you have any other ones that you want to bring up and bubble up. Cool.
Well, I was going to say the Zapier and Make, but if they're using the platform, they can integrate some of their own stuff using Zapier and Make because it is open.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, like Heather, in the coaching niche, if that like in the CEO niche, it's you have your social media channels. Like I use it on my social media channels. I've turned it off at the moment because I've just been doing like the comments and DMs, like a structured reply. So someone DMs you or someone comments, you can send them that asset or send them the lead magnet or invite them to your community or invite them to watch a training. And then if they take that action based on whether or not they take that action, you know, if they respond, the bot can follow up. Like right now we're using, that's like a basic, simple example. We're also using it. We have a guy that sends out 6,000 DMs a week using the igleads.io. And all of those replies get picked up by the AI bot. And then depending on what you want it to do, get an email, get their name, get their phone number, it can do that. And then it can send them a link to schedule a call, for example. And so, and then if you get their name, their email, their phone number, they don't book, you can then follow up with the new leads automation by DMing them, WhatsApping them, texting them, or calling them with the AI voice, which is like
your current chat. Then what I hear is not only text message, but it's also across other channels. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's like
IG, Facebook, WhatsApp. For the sake of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then if someone books a call, they get a message that like their call has been scheduled, right, on those channels. And then they go into that pipeline: call scheduled, call no show, call showed, didn't close, right? And those are all, or call canceled, with all the reminder flows, with all of the different channels and messages written out to the point where you can personalize it just a tad bit, but like all of your custom values of like your location name, the contact's first name, you know, your scheduling links are all in there, you know.
Nice.
And so it's pretty swift and clean and organized.
That's it's very high value. Thank you.
Thank you. Great questions.
I have a question to ask also. In hearing what you were saying there, as it's replying to messages and to some of these leads, are you saying it is also using those replies then to add to the knowledge base continually and learn from that as well based on that? Okay. I thought that's what you said, but that's really also very interesting because it's just continuing to learn. Does it also learn what doesn't work?
Yeah. Yep. And so that's the name of business, you know, figure out what doesn't work, what does work, and constantly making improvements on it. I mean, you'll see with the voice and the recordings as well, you know, we can take what we don't love about it, make small adjustments, constantly getting it to be, you know, on objective for you and your business. So, you know, it's really good if you have, if you have leads coming in. Like one of our clients runs instant form ads, right? They give their name, their email, their phone number, redirects to an opt-in page or a page to schedule a call. If they don't schedule that call, it follows up, you know, and nurtures them. And then any replies, the bot, the AI bot or the AI voice is picking it up. Like inbound calls, also the AI bot conversations and the replies as well. So that's really solid.
Great, because then you're always feeding. I mean, you as the business owner don't even have to do it yourself because it is always feeding itself new information. And that's a part of it. A lot of us don't know until you start using a bot is that you have to keep working on it. It doesn't just know, you know. And so in this sense, it will, because it will be teaching itself basically. That loop.
That's right.
Interesting. Cool.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
John asks about LinkedIn. We don't integrate with LinkedIn yet, John. There is something on the backlog there. So for these purposes, we don't use the AI bot on LinkedIn. The only social channels that it does connect to is your Instagram and Facebook. It can connect to your Google Chat. However, we do know that Google is sunsetting Google Chat, right? And it does connect with your WhatsApp, your text as well. And so, great question. Nicole, if you want to drive anyway with this, be my guest.
There's also been a lot of questions and messages directly to me. How much is it? Where do we sign up? And so I would say, like, we are paying for them to do it for us. And I don't want to have to do it. The DIY version is like $500 a month. And there's a link to that in the chat. And then if you want them to put everything like, so usually it's $5,000 a month for them to set everything up, and you could request a new funnel built every day for that price. But for everybody who's on the Zoom right now, they're going to do it for 3,000 a month, and they'll set you up and move your contacts over and put a copy into all of your automations, like that big, huge thing that he had built out. Because I wanted him to be able to give everybody here a really good deal, because I think this is an amazing system. And like, we've got a couple of GHL agency owners on here, and like this, how much time this stuff takes to set up. Brian and Kevin and Kirk, they're going to help, like they have a whole team that will help set you up. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the DIY version. And I don't know if there's a link for that. Heather, there is an option for you too. If you want to stay in your own agency, there's an option for that. And if you want to move an agency over into their environment, there's an option for that too. But like we have been using Go High Level for 3.5, 4 years. And this, like that, I've never seen a build out like this before.
Yeah, thank you. There's two links in the chat. One is for Andrea dropped one, which is the do it yourself, and then Kevin just dropped another one, which is the team done for you package as well. And so
and
these
that's
automations
the
are
one we
basic.
are doing is the done for you, like Nicole was saying. The done for you is the one we are choosing to do, to have them build it out for us, because as you saw, there are a lot of steps. And we would like to have their expert guidance and people doing that for us. But there is the option of the done for you or the DIY, which is you do it yourself. And that's the lower cost, the platinum link that's also in the chat.
That's right. Time savings equals money. I love that, Katie. Thank you.
Christine, there's a question here, and I love this one for Go High Level too, is if this replaces CRM, how many users are needed? However many you want.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to pay for seats for your users with this.
Yeah.
And so you can have your whole team in there, which I love about it. You also don't have to pay to hold an email list. So you could have your email list size, whatever you want it to be, and you're not paying a higher monthly amount, which in HubSpot you will. And almost every CRM you will. We moved somebody with 150,000 contacts over, and he was saving thousands every month. Because he didn't have to pay to hold the users. You pay for the sends that you do. So the billing is different, but we never pay as much in this billing model as you would to hold the amount of contacts in there. And, per seat or however you're getting charged.
Yeah,
So
and he was on MailChimp and was paying, and that wasn't even a CRM. That was just to hold his email list. And we saved him all of that money per month just for MailChimp. So
we came off $2,400 a month in expenses. Oh, Christine, you want to say something?
This is crazy. I mean, we pay per user, plus we pay for Seamless AI, plus we pay for Zoho. So, and we pay, well, you're not into LinkedIn yet. So we do have somebody that helps us with LinkedIn campaigns. We're kind of getting in LinkedIn too. This is crazy.
There is one thing that we can do with LinkedIn. I just haven't turned it live, where you can do like automated campaigns.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
I don't think it's lead connectors, GHL. Forget the name of the outbound tool that I was using, but there is something that you could do where you can view profiles, you can send DMs, you could do first connections, and then the replies can come in. And so I'll look into that.
That's exactly what we're paying for. Yeah.
Okay,
oh
perfect.
My goodness gracious.
Great.
Wow.
Thanks, Christine. Yeah, we're on it.
Hey, Shonda asked a question. Someone asked, what do my employees do if I have this service? Could you guys kind of elaborate a little bit more into that, and we can answer that? And
yeah, there's definitely still a lot to do when you have these systems, right? This is time where you can focus on the more important things, like your offerings, like what you want to do with your clients, with your services. Like if you are a coach, like somebody was asking out there, this would give you time to create more content. This would give you time to discover more audiences. This would give you time to focus on other things. There still has to actually be that human insight. And if any of you are in our courses, you know that we always teach the 80-20. So relying on the AI for 80% and then the oversight of the 20%. So either way, you're still going to have to be looking over this, but this is going to free up so much of your time of doing these tedious tasks that you can spend this time actually growing your business in who knows what way, because you're going to have this time to do it. So it's
that's what I did with, so
opportunities.
my previous, I rolled my company into this. It was 65 people before this. And so there's still plenty of work to do, obviously, because we're always building. And there is, a lot of it's done. My life's mission has been to figure out the problem that we're all up against, because we're not one funnel away. We're not 100M offer away. And most of the time we're 10,000 button clicks away that we didn't know we had to do. And so that's why I set out to years ago to invest in all the highest ticket masterminds, run them myself, as well as actually build in the trenches these systems and automations and these funnels. So the lead magnet funnels are in there. They go to your opt-in pages. Your website templates are in there. They're all hooked up to your one-on-one applications, or your high ticket book a call funnels are in there and done. Your course sales pages. Everything is done. Anything that I've ever built over the years, which is hundreds of different funnels, we picked out the best versions of those premium templates, and then also have written all of the emails, texts, WhatsApp messages, and DMs that have resulted in sales as well, and hooked that all up. And so it's years of time, 5 years of every single day at this, and I don't know, well over $1 million in figuring out these problems. And so that has, I just, I never felt safe when my business was broken, and things weren't working. And then I didn't feel good enough if I, couldn't take on more clients, or, hit the vision that I had in my mind of the monthly recurring revenue mark. And so then I also wanted to make my clients feel safe and good enough so they can go out and serve more people. It's kind of that whole mirror game that we live in, where your inner world reflects on your outer world. And so as I've gotten deeper into that and, worked on myself, I've then also been able to complete this project. And so now it's you have all of the bells and whistles of the AI bot and the AI voice, but you also have the nuts and bolts to get more leads, make more sales, keep more of your clients, onboard them really well, create more referrals, automate your operations, sell more courses, grow your community, right? And so those are the big outcomes that we want to create. And I've had people come and switch from different GHLs. I've had people come from agencies that promised stuff that didn't work, and they're jaded, and they're like, oh, another one of these guys that are asking for my money, the big guys that don't care about us. And so I've really made it a mission to solve all of the different problems that we can come up against, from the littlest ones, just sending a simple email to calling our leads for every day for 2 weeks, and so it will result in a lot of results. We've already had about $1 million generated from our users since they've come on. And so, and you can save a bunch of time, but you'll still want a couple team members around, or you can have the done for you team do it for you.
We've got a couple questions. Do you know how it compares to Zoho One?
So yeah, there is a comparison slide that I can grab and send it in.
Okay, Judy was asking about that. So for everybody who's on here with your questions, if there's links to be sent out, we'll send you an email in the next 48 hours. It will have a link to the replay, and it will have links to purchase. It will have the demo links to the product. And so we're going to send that to everybody, because we've had a lot of requests for that. And I'm sure that Brian and Kevin and Kirk, they'll send the demo videos along so that we can pass them on to you. And then any follow-up, we'll make sure that that happens, and you'll have all the contact information in the follow-up email that we're going to send to you. Is there storage caps for video?
Nope. You can get rid of Wistia, Vimeo, Dropbox for the most part, Dropbox, but Wistia and Vimeo are things that I've come off of.
Christine, you're like, what? I can see your face.
Yeah, my
I
face
am,
just
I
did
am
that
like,
too.
what, I am shocked by all of this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even,
And like,
I'm like text messaging my owner as I'm sitting here, like, okay,
I mean, it
this
really
is
does
crazy.
do everything, Christine. Like you have your all-in-one message inbox, you have your
Yeah.
calendars, like you have your pipelines, you have your contacts and emails, your funnels and websites, your automations and AI. You can even get rid of Jotform, Typeform, Google Forms, right?
I love the class we're taking, but gosh, does this go right at a salesperson or a sales manager? I'm the sales director for our company, and I'm like drooling over this. We have to change something. This is crazy.
It's like built for sales. Like the pipelines you'll see, as well as the calendars are done, as well as the emails and texts. It also does your courses like Kajabi, which is an import that we do for you. Community groups like school. I've built a school group to over 1,000, and I now have a private group in here as well. And so, social media, payments and contracts, ads and SEO, even project management boards, and also training and a whole bunch of workflows that help get you these outcomes here. And so, you can even get rid of.
How long have you been offering this?
This good, like basically right now.
Well, it always changes, right?
Like
So,
this good. This is about 6 months of improvement with a couple hundred users using it.
Yeah.
So I've been on GHL for about 3.5 years. I signed up when they had the very, very original dashboard, and like way back when. And then I didn't take this seriously until about 2 years ago. And then I took it even more seriously at the beginning of last year. And then, yeah, we've just based off of user behavior, feedback requests, support requests, simplifying it and build, like my mission is to build all of the things that end up getting requested. And so we've kind of done that. And
well,
I even
kudos to
rewrote
you.
the whole navigation as well, just to make it a little bit easier to digest. And then we've added about $50,000 in value.
You should just go after every sales director because they could sell this for you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There is that. Nicole will cover that with you maybe on a different call.
Yeah, it's perfect. I already have an email prepped for her.
Yeah.
And we'll send
Brian, really kudos. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. We will send everybody his information because Brian, they want your information. So we'll send
No, I would love
links.
for it to be your information, Nicole. That sounds great. I think that's awesome. And then we can collaborate on the back end.
Yeah.
I'm pretty off the grid for the most part. And I like to just really collaborate with our users and make sure that they're supported, and so thank you though.
We'll make sure that everybody has the information they need for support.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's great.
Videos and everything like that. Heather, did you have a question real quick before we go?
Yeah, I was just curious on the solution for people who are an agency owner.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I can answer it.
Yeah.
It's the same level of access as an agency. You might have some more custom things that we need to address, Heather, in particular. However, you can add your own pricing, you can add your own snapshot. There's 3 tiers of payouts as well. You can get additional sub accounts upon request. And so I'm fine with having maybe another follow-up call if you would like that. All right.
I mean, if I have my own agency.
Yeah.
I'm an agency owner.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was answering that as if it was a transfer. My bad.
Someone's talking. I don't know who's talking. Yeah, no, I was an agency owner and I was curious about the workflows and things like that on the chat bot.
Yeah, it might have to be a different conversation. We don't sell our snapshot for sale. I would be like, it's like $1 million, that snapshot, honestly. If I were to sell it.
I didn't think it was. I was just asking what the solution was. Because not everyone, there's a lot of people that have agency owners. I'm not asking for $10. I was asking,
yeah, of course.
Have you thought this through of other people who are agency owners that would be interested in that?
I'll have Nicole and I follow up on that.
Yeah.
And do
we have Heather.
Call.
We've talked about that. We were having those conversations this last week. So, yeah.
Perfect. We'll answer that with you, Heather.
Yep, and I think probably
collaborate on it.
Jeff too. We'll
Cool.
definitely continue. There's some more questions in here. Oh, we've got 3 agency owners, it looks like, on here. Maybe we're gonna have a part 2 of this because this was quite a hot topic. If Brian and Kevin are up for it, please keep sending your questions into this chat. Even after we close the Zoom, you can have access to the chat to keep sending questions in. You also know where to find me on WhatsApp. We're going to send out an email with links to demo videos and as much information so we can answer the questions that are on here. Mark, I see your question too. I don't think they have any, but we'll talk to Brian about that. So we're going to do our best to answer all of the questions and get back to everybody. And yeah, we've got to close it up. I know I've got something else I have to hop to. I actually have people physically here waiting for me. So I want to thank everybody who attended. I think we had about 50 in and out, where there's 30 right now, but we had a bunch of people come in and out. So I imagine we'll have replays and even more questions. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks everybody for attending. I knew this would be a hot one because it's such a talked about topic, is this AI and sales problem. And I think you have a really good solution for it. So thank you. Thank you. For
Nicole,
Yeah,
thanks for
thank
having
you.
us. This was great. Guys, great questions. I'd be willing to do a
This was
follow-up
great.
call and
Thank you.
collaborate. Christine, you rock. Thank you.
This was
Thank you everyone
awesome.
for jamming.
Yeah,
Really
and
cool.
Mark,
Katie, thanks so much for the chat. That was awesome.
Mark, let me know. We could potentially partner with you to do a little session for your other people as well. Yeah. So thank you.
That's Mark Fox as well.
Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't hop in more, guys. These guys absolutely kill it.
Thank you.
Awesome
Yeah.
presentation, boys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Mark, great questions. Nicole, thanks. Andrea, thank you. Thank you, Shonda. See you guys.
Bye. Oh, I might have got to stop YouTube. There we go. Stop. Woo.